This is Derek with Vice Realty. I'm really just talking to you to give you an update on some of the things that we've seen at the courthouse. We're there every judicial day with tenant-related eviction issues and notices and things just involved with the court regarding tenants. So they were giving out these flyers to tenants. I wanted everyone to see this. What this is asking is, if you're a tenant and you've received an eviction notice, is how can we do everything possible to help you fight the landlord so the landlord cannot evict you? Now, I'm all for everyone being fair, and if a landlord has done a tenant wrong, then they should be held accountable for that. But the sad story of this is, actually, that's not what usually happens. Usually the tenant has so many more rights than the landlord, and they're offered so much assistance. Some of them take it, some of them don't. I've been doing this a really long time. I've owned as many as 94 rentals myself in this city, and I've been through this with my own properties as well as the 1,000 that I manage in this city. And this just is not fair. If you were a landlord and you went to the court and asked for free legal help, they would tell you no. If you filed an eviction and you got even one line wrong or one date wrong or one signature wrong on your eviction filing, they would throw it out. If you did anything that wasn't following the law to the letter, your eviction would be removed. And in some cases, if you took it a little too far, you could have legal penalties coming your way. As a tenant, you have none of that. You're held accountable to literally no one. It's not a crime to break into a vacant unit. It's supposed to be, but no one's getting arrested for it. So they do thousands of dollars in damage, and the worst thing that could happen is a police officer might come out and ask them to leave, if you can get them to do that. Once you take them to court, the onus is on the owner to then file all the paperwork correctly and get the process to go through. And all the tenant has to do is say, I've applied for some sort of government assistance, and that court hearing is going to get postponed at minimum 45 days and could be completely thrown out, which is what is usually the case. Landlords are at such a disadvantage right now, and none of this stuff is fair. Right here, please bring your notice of eviction when attending one of these free legal clinics. Legal aid centers, lawyers, and volunteers will help you prepare the paperwork required for you to stay in your home. No part of this asked why you got an eviction notice. If you did something wrong to be evicted, it just assumes that you need free legal help, and how can we give you what you need so that the landlord can continue to pay the tenant's bills. God, it's just sad. It's just sad. And I feel so sorry for some of these owners, because they're not all rich like everyone says. When I watch TV shows and every landlord is rich and evil, I don't agree. Most of them I know are not rich. Most of them are not evil. In fact, most of them have gone out of their way to help communities, to help tenants. And when I see cities do things like this, all you're doing is scaring landlords away from being investors. And the city streets that are all pretty and nice, that's not done because of the city. The landlords are the ones that came in and fixed those properties. They're the ones that kept the crime out. They're the ones that cared enough to rehab and to fix and to place tenants and to get a hold of community centers and involve their resources into improving property. First, because yes, there's financial gain in doing so, but most of them actually care what happens. So along with them creating a business, they've also helped the community and helped the people inside that community. See, the city streets are safer because of them. I can think of specific blocks right now that I've bought on, and I called my investor friends and said, let's buy this whole block up so we can fix it and fix everything for these people. Landlords aren't going to keep doing this stuff if there's no profit in it. They can't just give away money forever. And I see a notice like this, I'd love to see one that says, are you a landlord and is nobody paying you rent? The city's here to help. God, what I'd give to see that, but you're never going to see that. So, that's what I have to say.